What started as whispers in the dark corners of the industry has now erupted into a full-scale scandal shaking hip-hop to its very core. Remy Ma, the queen of Bronx toughness, has just been blindsided in a way no one thought possible. And the person at the center of this chaos, none other than boxing champion Claressa Shields, who just flaunted a shocking, permanent symbol of loyalty and defiance, a bold tattoo of Papoose. Yes, Papoose, Remy Ma's husband, the man once considered the ultimate ride dash or dash die dot. When that ink hit social media, the internet stopped breathing. Fans couldn't believe their eyes. Bloggers went into meltdown mode, and insiders whispered that this was no publicity stunt. This was war. Remy's marriage, already rumored to be cracking, might now be shattered beyond repair. Did Claressa just cross the line from friend to foe? And what does this mean for Remy, who has fought tooth and nail to protect her empire, her image, and her man? But wait, there's more. Behind-the-scenes leaks suggest this tattoo wasn't just an impulsive move. Some claim it's a calculated shot, a direct message aimed at Remy herself, a way of saying, "I've got what's yours." Is Claressa simply stirring the pot, or has Papoose been hiding something even deeper all along? This isn't just messy, it's dangerous. And the truth, it's about to explode. The world of hip-hop and celebrity boxing was turned upside down when Claressa Shields, a self-proclaimed GWOAT of boxing, casually rolled up her sleeve on Instagram Live and revealed what nobody expected to see: freshly inked tattoo of none other than Papoose. The camera lingered just long enough for fans to zoom in, screenshot, and spread the image across every corner of social media. The tattoo wasn't small, discreet, or hidden. It was bold, impossible to ignore, strategically placed on her forearm where everyone could see it. At first, fans thought it had to be fake. Some said maybe it was a stunt, maybe a temporary design for an endorsement, maybe even a playful joke. But Claressa made sure to crush all speculation within minutes. She leaned into the camera, smirked, and declared, "Y'all can say what you want, but when I ride permanent." Those words ignited a digital inferno. Twitter threads exploded. Instagram blogs reposted the clip with captions like, "What is going on?" and "Remy Ma, check your man." Within an hour, #Papoose Tattoo was trending nationwide. The shock wasn't just about the tattoo itself, was about what it implied. For years, Claressa had been a public supporter of Remy Ma and Papoose's relationship. She often praised their loyalty, calling them the hip-hop Bonnie and Clyde. She even trained in the gym with Papoose, sharing playful banter that fans once considered harmless. But now, with the ink etched permanently into her skin, people were forced to ask, was this admiration all along, or obsession? Insiders close to the situation claim Remy Ma was blindsided. One anonymous source told Hollywood Unlocked, "Remy saw the tattoo the same way the rest of us did on Instagram. She was furious. She felt betrayed, humiliated, and disrespected." All at once. Another insider went further, suggesting Remy immediately confronted Papoose behind closed doors. She asked him straight up if something had been going on with Claressa. His response, he froze. That single word, froze, sent fans spiraling into conspiracy theories. If there was nothing to hide, why not immediately deny it? Why not laugh it off as delusion on Claressa's part? Instead, silence became fuel for the fire. Screenshots surfaced allegedly showing Papoose liking several of Claressa's old photos, even ones where she was flaunting her figure or dropping cryptic captions about loyalty. Suddenly, innocent interactions began to look like evidence of something much deeper. Meanwhile, Claressa only added gasoline to the fire. After the tattoo reveal, she posted a selfie with the caption, "When you know your position, you don't gotta explain nothing to nobody." Fans lost their minds. Was she confirming a hidden relationship? Was she shading Remy directly? Or was this a troll move gone too far? The ambiguity made the situation even more toxic. What made matters worse was the timing. Remy and Papoose's marriage had already been under strain, with whispers about infidelity circling for months. During a recent red carpet appearance, bloggers noted how stiff their body language looked. How Remy avoided holding Papoose's hand. How she smiled for the cameras but avoided eye contact. Some said they were simply going through a rough patch. Others now insist that Claressa's situation was the ticking time bomb ready to explode. Fans who once rooted for Remy and Papoose as the ultimate hip-hop couple were now divided. Some stood firmly behind Remy, calling Claressa disrespectful and accusing her of clout chasing. One viral tweet read, "Claressa been jealous of Remy. This is her way of trying to get what she couldn't have." Others, however, pointed the finger at Papoose himself, arguing that Claressa wouldn't have dared to get that tattoo unless she felt confident about her place in his life. No woman risks her reputation like that for a man unless he gave her reasons to believe she's more than a sidekick. One Instagram comment with thousands of likes read, "The industry couldn't stay quiet either." Rap blogs, gossip, podcasts, and YouTube channels immediately jumped on the scandal. One podcaster even claimed to have exclusive audio of a heated phone call between Remy and Papoose following the reveal, in which Remy could allegedly be heard yelling, "You embarrassed me," for the last time. Though unverified, the clip circulated like wildfire, deepening suspicions that divorce papers might be on the horizon. But it didn't stop there. Fake insiders and self-proclaimed friends of the couple began leaking supposed receipts. One widely shared screenshot appeared to show Claressa DMing Papoose late at night with the words, "I'll always be here when she's not." While skeptics dismissed it as Photoshop, others swore it was authentic. Even without proof, the narrative had already been written. Claressa wasn't just showing off a tattoo. She was exposing a hidden truth that Remy desperately wanted to keep private. Then came the ultimate twist. Whispers that Claressa might not have acted alone. A controversial blogger suggested the tattoo reveal was part of a larger plan orchestrated, with Papoose's knowledge to finally push Remy into making a move. This was his way of forcing the issue, the blogger claimed. If Remy walks, he gets his freedom. If she stays, she has to accept Claressa's presence. The idea that Papoose himself might have greenlit the tattoo sent shockwaves through the community. Could the loyal husband who once held down Remy during her prison sentence really betray her like this? Or it was Claressa acting on her own, trying to claim territory that was never hers to begin with? By the end of the first 24 hours, it was clear. This wasn't just another rumor. This was a full-blown crisis. Remy Ma's marriage was under public attack. Claressa was basking in the spotlight. And Papoose was trapped in a storm of suspicion and silence. But as dramatic as the tattoo reveal was, insiders whispered that the real bombshell hadn't even dropped yet. Something even darker was about to come to light, something that would drag this scandal from messy to catastrophic. And just when Remy thought it couldn't get any worse, a shocking new leak threatened to change everything, if fans thought. The tattoo reveal was explosive. What came next shattered whatever illusions were left about Remy and Papoose's unbreakable bond. Just days after Claressa Shields flaunted the now infamous tattoo, a shocking leak emerged online. Screenshots began circulating of what appeared to be private text messages between Papoose and Claressa. The images were blurry at first, watermarked with the handle of a notorious gossip page. But the captions were clear enough to send the internet into a frenzy. In one message, allegedly from Papoose, the words read, "I told you, you gotta chill with the tattoo stuff. Now she's on edge. Don't make me choose sides yet." And Claressa's supposed reply, "You already did the day you said I was your piece. She's not it anymore." Those words hit like a hammer. Fans debated endlessly over the authenticity of the texts, but the damage was already done. If true, it confirmed what people feared most. that Papoose had emotionally checked out of his marriage long before Claressa revealed that ink. Even worse, it suggested he was entertaining her advances privately while trying to maintain his family image publicly. Social media went nuclear. Twitter spaces were packed with heated discussions. Instagram lives ran for hours dissecting every pixel of the screenshots, and TikTok detectives analyzed timestamps, fonts, and even the background color of the messages. Some insisted the screenshots were doctored, while others argued no woman would tattoo a married man's name unless there was fire behind the smoke. But the bombshells didn't stop there. One particularly bold blogger claimed to have firsthand audio of Papoose confiding in a friend about his crumbling marriage. In the clip, a man's voice that sounded eerily like Papoose's could be heard saying, "I can't keep covering for Remy. People think she's innocent, but they don't know the half." Immediately, rumors began swirling that maybe Remy herself wasn't as loyal as she wanted the world to believe. This flipped the entire scandal upside down. Suddenly, the narrative shifted from Papoose betrayed Remy to was Remy already guilty of her own betrayals. Comment sections lit up with theories, some suggesting that Claressa wasn't exposing a new affair, but rather retaliating against Remy for some secret that had yet to be revealed. And that's when Claressa herself decided to double down. She went live again, smirking into the camera with an energy that screamed defiance. "Y'all keep calling me the problem," she said. "But what if I'm not the one who started this? What if I'm just the one telling the truth? Maybe Remy should be real with y'all before pointing fingers." The cryptic message was enough to send fans spiraling into chaos. What could she possibly mean? What truth was she hinting at? Insiders began whispering that Claressa had receipts, real, undeniable evidence that Remy had stepped out of her marriage first. According to one source, Claressa had screenshots, photos, and maybe even videos proving Remy wasn't as innocent as she portrayed. The source claimed that this was why Claressa felt bold enough to reveal the tattoo in the first place. She knew she had the upper hand. Meanwhile, Papoose stayed silent, his lack of public defense only fueling more speculation. Silence can sometimes be golden, but in this storm, it was interpreted as guilt. Fans demanded answers. Industry peers started to pick sides. Some, like Fat Joe and Remy's closest allies, subtly threw shade at Claressa on social media, reposting cryptic messages about snakes in the grass and fake friends. Others, surprisingly, refused to condemn Claressa, instead urging Papoose to be a man and speak his truth. Things reached an even higher level of chaos when an anonymous account dropped what they claimed was video footage of Papoose and Claressa leaving a hotel together late at night. The grainy clip showed two figures resembling them entering an SUV, with Papoose allegedly glancing nervously at the cameras, while skeptics dismissed it as coincidence. Others swore it was the smoking gun, proving that the tattoo wasn't just a stunt, but confirmation of a secret relationship. The fallout for Remy was brutal. Paparazzi ambushed her at an event, shouting questions like, "Is Papoose cheating?" And "Did you see Claressa's tattoo?" Icy silence spoke volumes. When she finally addressed it days later, her words shocked everyone. "Y'all think you know, but you don't. Just wait. I'll speak when I'm ready." Those words created more questions than answers. Was she preparing to file for divorce? Was she planning to expose Claressa? Or was she ready to reveal something about Papoose that would flip the entire scandal again? Meanwhile, Claressa was thriving in the chaos. She dropped a new series of gym photos, conveniently showing off the tattoo in every single one, and fans noticed Papoose liking those posts despite the controversy. Screenshots of his likes spread like wildfire, adding more fuel to Remy's humiliation. But the darkest twist came from an alleged friend of the couple who claimed Remy and Papoose had been living separately for weeks before the tattoo reveal. That marriage was already dead, the insider insisted. Clarissa just sped up the funeral. If true, this meant the tattoo wasn't the cause of the breakdown, but simply the public unveiling of a relationship that had been over behind. The Scenes.fans felt betrayed. They had been sold an image of perfect loyalty, a marriage that stood the test of time and fame, and now it was all unraveling in the ugliest way possible. And still, the tension only grew, because whispers emerged that Remy wasn't going to take this lying down. Sources hinted she was preparing her own shocking revelation, one that would put both Papoose and Clarissa on blast and reclaim her dignity in front of the world. The question wasn't if she would drop it, but when. Every move, every social media post, every appearance became scrutinized for hidden messages. Fans were on edge, bracing for the next bombshell. And just when it seemed like this scandal had hit its peak, a new leak emerged, one so scandalous, so unbelievable that it threatened to push the entire saga into uncharted territory. Because, according to the whispers, Remy Ma wasn't just preparing to respond. She was ready to unleash evidence that could end both Claressa's career and Papoose's reputation in one devastating blow. The internet held its breath, waiting for the explosion that could shatter lives, careers, and legacies forever. The whispers of Remy's retaliation quickly transformed into a storm of anticipation. Fans had seen her remain calm under pressure before, but this time felt different. She wasn't just dodging questions or walking away from paparazzi. She was deliberately preparing something so seismic that insiders described it as a career-defining response. For days, speculation ran wild. Would Remy finally speak out about Papoose? Would she call out Clarissa directly? Or was she holding on to evidence that could destroy both of them at once? The suspense broke when Remy finally posted a cryptic teaser to her Instagram. It wasn't a video, nor a long caption, but a single black and white image, a piece of paper with the words "Time for Receipts" scrawled across it in bold marker. The post had no caption, no hashtags, no explanation, but it didn't need one. The message was clear. Remy Ma was ready to go to war. Within hours, hashtags like #RemyReceipts and #PAPOOSE exposed trended worldwide. Celebrities and fans alike waited breathlessly, and that's when the hammer dropped. On a late Friday evening, Remy went live on Instagram with over 200,000 people tuned in. Her tone was calm, measured, but the fury in her eyes told a different story. "Y'all wanted the truth," she began. "Well, let me show you exactly what loyalty looks like when it's thrown back in your face." She then displayed what appeared to be a string of screenshots allegedly of direct messages between Papoose and Clarissa. The messages were unmistakably intimate, filled with late-night confessions, private jokes, and declarations that no married man should be making to another woman. In one particularly damning message, Papoose allegedly wrote, "You're the only one who listens to me. With you, I feel free. Don't let nobody tell you different." Clarissa's reply, a heart emoji, followed by, "That's why I'll always ride for you." The comment section of the live exploded. Fans gasped, cursed, and spammed emojis, unable to believe their eyes. Some screamed for Remy to end the marriage right there, while others begged her to stop airing out her private pain. But Remy wasn't finished. She dropped another bombshell, an alleged recording of a phone call between Clarissa and Papoose. The audio was muffled but clear enough to hear Papoose's voice saying, "She don't get me anymore. You do? That's why you're mine." If there was ever any doubt, that moment obliterated it. The man who had built his reputation on loyalty, who had become the poster child for standing by his wife, was now exposed as the very opposite. But Remy wasn't done twisting the knife. She then leaned closer to the camera and said, "Y'all really thought I was the only one making mistakes? Nah. The truth is, this marriage was broken a long time ago. I just didn't want to be the one to say it. But since they want to flaunt, tattoos, and sneak around in hotels, I guess it's my turn to tell y'all what's really been going on. She stopped short of revealing more, promising instead that she would be releasing the full truth in a sit-down interview with a major media outlet. And just like that, she ended the live, leaving fans in complete chaos. The fallout was immediate. Screenshots of the alleged messages and recordings spread across every platform within minutes. Media outlets scrambled to verify their authenticity, while fans dissected every word. Some defended Remy, praising her for finally standing up for herself. Others accused her of playing dirty and dragging private issues into the public eye. But no matter the opinion, everyone agreed on one thing. Hip-hop's most celebrated love story was officially dead. Meanwhile, Claressa Shields refused to back down. Hours after Remy's live, she posted her own Instagram story, smirking at the camera with the caption, "Receipts go both ways." That single statement sent shockwaves through the gossip world. What could she possibly mean? Did she have her own evidence against Remy? Was she hinting that the rapper wasn't as innocent as she portrayed herself to be? Then, in a move nobody saw coming, an anonymous source leaked a shocking detail to the blogs. Claressa allegedly had photos tying Remy to another man. Photos that could flip the scandal upside down and reveal that Papoose wasn't the only guilty party. If true, this would mean the love triangle wasn't just between Papoose and Claressa, but a full-blown quadrangle of betrayal, lies, and secret affairs. The internet went insane. Fans begged Claressa to drop her so-called receipts, while others demanded that Papoose finally break his silence. But once again, Papoose's refusal to speak only painted him as guilty. The man who had once proudly defended his wife at every turn was now cowering in silence while two women tore apart his reputation. As the chaos continued, industry insiders revealed that the scandal had already taken a toll on Papoose's career. Brand deals that once praised his image as a loyal family man were reportedly reconsidering their contracts. Promoters whispered about canceled appearances. Even fellow rappers who once idolized him began distancing themselves. His silence was costing him everything. But perhaps the biggest shock came when rumors surfaced that Remy Ma had officially filed for divorce. Legal insiders claimed documents were in motion, with Remy demanding not just separation but full control of their shared assets. If true, this would mean the end of a marriage that once inspired millions. The cliffhanger. Just as fans braced for confirmation of the divorce, whispers emerged that Claressa was preparing to release her so-called receipts live on her own platform. According to insiders, what she had wasn't just proof of Remy's alleged betrayal. It was something darker, something that could completely ruin Remy's credibility and image in the industry. So now the world waits. Will Remy's divorce filing finally bring closure? Will Papoose ever speak up and defend himself? Or will Claressa's promised receipts flip the story one last time, destroying Remy's legacy in the process? What began as a tattoo reveal has spiraled into a scandal threatening marriages, reputations, and entire careers. And the scariest part? The real explosion hasn't even happened yet. Because the next move, Remy's sit-down interview or Claressa's damning receipts, could be the one that ends everything once and for all. And there you have it. It's a story that has flipped hip-hop upside down. It's from Claressa Shields boldly flashing that Papoose tattoo to Remy Ma firing back with jaw-dropping receipts. It's whispers that Claressa's got even darker secrets she's about to unleash. This isn't just celebrity drama. This is the collapse of one of hip-hop's most celebrated love stories happening right before our eyes. And the truth. We're only scratching the surface because what if Claressa's mysterious receipts really do destroy Remy's credibility? What if Papoose finally breaks his silence and flips the entire narrative? And what about the divorce filing? It's true. How will this battle over assets, loyalty, and reputation play out? Every day that passes, this scandal digs deeper, and trust me, the next chapter is going to be even messier. That's why you cannot miss what's coming next. If you thought tonight's revelations were explosive, wait until the next round of leaks, lives, and clapbacks hit the internet. So here's what you need to do: slam that like button. Drop your thoughts in the comments below because I want to know whose side you're really on. And make sure you're subscribed with notifications on, because the second this drama takes another twist and you'll want to be the very first to know. Stay locked in. The storm is far from over.